Good afternoon, Cariboo Weather Dude YouTube channel. A little late day update for you. We got some new snowfall warnings popping up on the Alberta side of the Rockies as the system is starting to poke its head on over there and begin to establish itself on that side. Let's have a look. Hit like, share, and subscribe if you wouldn't mind. I would appreciate that big time. Here we are in the dirty long wave this afternoon, and we're going to talk about everything that we got going on here. As you can see right down in the U.S. there, we have a low that's been smashing up through there, making some snow in the high mountains, some heavy precipitation, but we're not going to talk about the United States too much. It's largely nice there anyways right now. Got one system moving through Ontario, got another one on the East Coast, then we got basically our plume of moisture poking its head up over the mountains now, showing itself on the other side. You can see some of those red cloud tops down there in Alberta, very tall clouds, very cold, and then you can see where some of this snowfall is happening on the Alberta side. Up here, there's a snowfall warning. Here, we got snowfall warnings. There on the BC side, we'll talk about. We got rainfall warnings down there still that have been going on the south coast. We'll talk about that as well. Still got the low in the Gulf of Alaska churning, giving that general motion down there towards the BC coast. Well, kind of more towards the Alaska Panhandle. We got our large moisture plume here that's being helped by high pressure to the south of it. It's a little bit further south than this, but that's steering this way. So you have the steering currents on both sides, which is helping tighten this plume of moisture together into one big stream, one big atmospheric river of sorts. All this and more on the show. Let's go, everybody. Right? Come on, let's go. Come on, run. Why isn't it playing? Let's go. Let's go! There it is. This is bad news. My God.
Falling out right now.
Anything could happen.
Get on!
Wow. I'll watch the video later.
Water.
They try mopping this. Rain this afternoon the coast. A lot of the heaviest rain has begun to move off the central part of Vancouver Island. Still some rain going on there. And then we have rain stacking up in Abbotsford so far. A little bit on the North Shore throughout the day. And then we got the mountains, unfortunately, blocking so that we really can't see what's going on much past there, unfortunately. But you can imagine that's moving up towards Whistler and making some snowfall up there. And if it isn't snowing in Whistler, it's probably right on the edge. Now, when you look at this radar scan, you see how fuzzy it is. That's because snowfall doesn't give a good return on the radar beam the way that it would reflect off a raindrop. So generally with the fuzzy looking stuff is definitely, there's snow going on in there. There's snow going on there. Maybe a mix of rain in the Revelstoke area. I know it's here at the 3,400 foot mark in Wells. As you're coming from Quesnel to Wells, that's when you pass into the freezing level. And it's that freezing level is where the precipitation's really showing up. Otherwise, like when I was down in Quesnel, I didn't see much for actual rainfall down there. Most of the rain was kind of in that stretch between Wells and Quesnel, that transition zone as we came down in elevation. But a little bit of showers still in the interior. That is going on. It's definitely cloudy in the interior right now. And seems like there could be the risk of freezing rain still this evening from some of this moisture. But what you do notice when you look at the moisture plume is that it has this way of like riding up the upslope of the mountains and kind of jumping over the interior and then recollecting in the cooler air that it finds as it climbs up the upslope again of the next mountain range. So that's why you get this dry belt, and that's large. You can tell where the cloud is today. The cloud is over that dry belt, but it's not necessarily coming down all that much there. As is so often the case today, the worst weather in all Canada is in Western Canada, the West Coast still. This is the same warnings we've been looking at. Still today, 100 millimeters of rain on the coast. Still got the rainfall warnings until Sunday morning in Metro Vancouver. We got the snowfall warnings now in the McBride area, 10 to 15 centimeters there, ending overnight. Then we have the snowfall warning that's up in Icefields Parkway, 93, into Sunday night, 15 to 20 centimeters. And now we have the newest warning, 15 to 25 centimeters here in the foothills country, more or less. Snow begins this evening over sections of Highway 40 north of Nordegg and spread southward on Sunday. Snowfall will continue until early Monday morning. So the clouds are stacking up there in the prairie side, but not much is actually falling there yet. We'll have more updates for you as things change, but that's probably what we're going to have for the night, because usually by now Environment Canada likes to have all its perceived warnings on the board. They don't want to surprise people with new warnings if they don't have to late in the day. So they try to get them up at this time of day. It doesn't mean it always happens that way, but I think that's more or less the logic of it, is to prepare people ahead of time, not surprise them. Okay, that's the show for today. See you soon. Hit like, share, subscribe. Oh, by the way, also, we have been doing something here. I've been kind of working on playlists and fixing some playlists so that when you click on them, you can just kind of binge watch a bunch of cool episodes. Whether it's the storm chasing ones, or it's mountaineering, or animals, or stuff like that. I'm working on playlists. So the Wilderness Adventures of Joey Only are right here, right now. Make sure to go there, click on it, and binge watch tonight. You might find that there's some pretty interesting stuff in there. Some real Cariboo wilderness weather dude stuff. Okay, bye now.